You are staring at a screen that says $2.2 million. You didn't hit the lottery. You didn't inherit a dime. You didn't start a tech company. You never even made a massive executive salary. All you did was secretly invest $500 a month. But here is the most unsettling part of this exact scenario. The shocking part isn't the $2.2 million. The shocking part is that almost none of that money actually came from you. Out of that massive fortune, you only contributed $240,000. The remaining $2 million generated itself, completely out of thin air. But getting to this number requires surviving a 40-year psychological war. To reach this screen, you have to endure brutal market crashes that wipe out your life savings in a matter of weeks. You have to sit through terrifying company layoffs. You have to watch your friends buy massive houses and luxury trucks while you feel completely left behind. You will face 100 different moments where giving up and cashing out feels like the only logical choice. Most people break. Most people fail. This is the exact timeline of how you beat the simulation, and it all begins 4 decades ago at the absolute bottom. Phase 1. The silent sacrifice, age 20 to 29. You are 20 years old. You wake up. The apartment is freezing, the carpet smells like old cigarettes, and you can hear your neighbor's television buzzing through the paper-thin drywall. You're grinding through a perfectly average entry-level job in America. You take home $35,000 a year after the government takes its cut. You pay your rent. You buy cheap, generic groceries. You keep the heat turned down so the utility bill doesn't wreck you. At the end of the month, you sit at your cheap kitchen table and you have exactly $500 left to your name. Society is screaming at you to spend it. The culture demands that you reward yourself for surviving a 40-hour work week. Your buddy just pulled into the apartment parking lot in a brand new, fully loaded F-150 King Ranch. He signed an agonizing 84-month loan at 9% interest just to look rich. He tells you to live a little. He tells you you're only young once. You make a different choice. You open a brokerage app on your phone. You link your checking account. You set up a ruthless, automated rule. $500 on the first of every single month buys directly into a broad S&P 500 index fund. Then you delete the app from your home screen. You lock the door. But here is where the math gets cruel. The first few years are pure psychological torture. You survive 12 months of saying no to things you desperately wanted. You skip the dinners. You skip the trips. You finally re-download the app and log in. You have your $6,000 of principal plus a pathetic, insulting $70 in growth. It feels completely pointless. You feel a massive, suffocating wave of self-doubt. You watch your friends flying to Miami. You see them swiping high-interest credit cards for beachfront bottle service and VIP tables. You feel incredibly left behind. The fear of missing out is a physical weight on your chest. You feel like the sucker. But you keep the automation running. You grind. You sweat. You ignore the noise. You let the dividends automatically reinvest. Then something unexpected happens. The years start to stack up. You hit age 30 and you cross your first major milestone. You are staring at roughly $90,000. It is a quiet, heavy victory. You think you are winning. You are not, because the system is about to test exactly how much pain you can take. Phase 2, the crash and the discipline. Age 30 to 39. You are in your 30s now. The game fundamentally changes. You are no longer just worrying about keeping the lights on in a cheap apartment. Now you have a mortgage. You have daycare costs that rival Ivy League tuition. You have unexpected hospital bills. Every time you walk into the grocery store, the exact same cart of food costs 20% more than it did last year. The financial pressure is suffocating every single month. When you look at your checking account, that $500 automated transfer feels like a massive, irresponsible mistake. The temptation to just hit cancel, keep the cash, and breathe a little easier is everywhere. And this is where most people fail. A brutal market recession hits. The economy breaks in half. You walk into the office break room, and the news ticker on the TV is flashing bright red. Banks are collapsing. Layoffs are spreading through your industry like a virus. In the span of just 3 weeks, your portfolio gets slaughtered. You lose 35% of your net worth. Years of your quiet, disciplined sacrifice seemingly vanish into thin air. You watch your coworker, the guy sitting right next to you, visibly sweating. He is shaking. He logs into his 401k portal right there at his desk and liquidates everything. He cashes out at the absolute bottom of the market out of pure primal fear. He thinks he is saving what little he has left. You do the exact opposite. You realize a market crash is not the end of the world. It is a fire sale on American corporate equity. You swallow the fear. You don't sell a single share. You let the first of the month roll around and you buy the blood. The panic eventually burns itself out. The market stabilizes and begins a violent, aggressive march upward. Your discounted shares explode in value. You cross $250,000, then $300,000. You hit 40 years old and you survived the bloodbath. But you have absolutely no idea what is coming next, because the next decade completely rewrites the story. Phase 3, the velocity shift, age 40 to 49. You are 45. The gray hairs are showing up in the mirror. Your back aches a little more when you get out of bed in the morning. Your physical energy is dropping. But your money just woke up. This is where the math gets strange. You hit the tipping point. For the first time in your entire life, your investments generate more money in a single year than your actual physical labor does. You cross the $500,000 mark. You sit at your desk staring at your phone, and you literally can't believe this is happening. You check the account 3 times, refreshing the page just to make sure it isn't a glitch. The snowball is pushing itself now. Look at the contrast around you. Your neighbor, the one who keeps upgrading to a bigger house and a newer SUV every 5 years, is secretly drowning in debt. Your friends who finance their 20s and 30s to look wealthy are now trapped in a prison of their own design. Then the boss calls an unexpected mandatory all-hands meeting. Layoffs. The conference room goes dead silent. You look around the table. The people next to you look physically sick. They are completely handcuffed to their paychecks. If they lose this job today, they lose the house next month. They are terrified. You sit there completely calm. Your heart rate doesn't even spike. Your $500 a month hasn't changed. You never increased the contribution, but your net worth is violently accelerating. You blast past $800,000. You realize, sitting in that stuffy conference room, that you hold all the leverage. You have accidentally become the wealthiest person in your entire friend group, and you look completely average. Nobody knows. You think crossing $800,000 is the ultimate reward. You think you've reached the peak, but the next phase makes that look like pocket change. Phase 4, escape velocity, age 50 to 59. You are in your 50s. Welcome to escape velocity. The compounding interest is no longer a snowball rolling down a hill. It is a runaway freight train tearing through the financial landscape. You aren't just making money on your original cash anymore. You are making thousands of dollars on the interest you earned 2 decades ago. The math is folding over on itself. You cross the $1 million mark. There are no fireworks. Nobody throws a parade. You just sit in your car in the driveway after work, staring at the 7 figures glowing on your phone screen. You let out a long, heavy breath you feel like you've been holding for 30 years. What happens next changes everything. The acceleration becomes absurd. You start seeing daily market swings of $10,000, $15,000. You are making more money on a random Tuesday morning than you used to make in 3 agonizing months of manual labor when you were 20. That $500 monthly deposit is still happening, but it is now a completely meaningless drop in a massive ocean of compounding wealth. You look at your coworkers. They are physically aging. They look exhausted. They are desperately praying that Social Security won't run dry because they have nothing else. They are perfectly trapped in the machine, terrified of the future. You are completely insulated. You cross 1.5 million, then 1.7 million. The money is growing so fast it feels entirely detached from reality. It is a living, breathing entity that works 24 hours a day without you. You are closing in on your 60th birthday. The end of the 40-year simulation is near, but the final number sitting waiting for you will shatter everything you were ever taught about wealth. Phase 5, the $2 million reality, age 60. It is the morning of your 60th birthday. You wake up on your own terms, no alarm clock, no rush hour traffic. You walk into the kitchen and pour a cup of black coffee. You sit down at the kitchen table and open your laptop. You log into the brokerage account one last time for the final tally. You run the cold, brutal math. Over 480 months, you faithfully transferred exactly $500. You endured the crashes. You ignored the FOMO. You invested a total of $240,000 of your own money. But the number glowing in green on your screen is over $2.2 million. Let that sink in. The vast, overwhelming majority of your wealth was never money you worked for. It was money created by time. This is the reality they hide from you. This is the secret the system doesn't want you to know. Wealth in America isn't about getting lucky. It isn't about inventing a brilliant app, and it definitely isn't about having a massive, high-stress executive salary. It is about endurance. It is about absolute emotional control. That $500 a month was never just a savings plan. It was a ransom payment. You systematically paid a ransom to buy back the final decades of your life from the corporate machine. You bought your absolute freedom from bad bosses. You bought the privilege of waking up and doing whatever you want. There are millions of people waking up today realizing they spent their entire lives buying things they didn't need, just to impress people they didn't even like. They are out of money, and worse, they are out of time. But not you. You played the long game. You endured the silent sacrifice. You take a sip of your coffee. You look at the $2 million. You close the laptop. Tomorrow is Monday, and for the first time in your life, you have nowhere you need to be.